Did you notice, just like that, overnight, everyone became preppers? Welcome to Torah for Women Ministries, the Prepper Portions. I'm Judith Garten. Literally, just like that, last spring, everyone, overnight, they became preppers. For years, we listened to people claim that preppers are, radicals. They're the nutty ones, the Armageddonists. And yet, in spring of 2020, that proved to not be true at all. Why? Well, let me ask you. How many times did you go to the store to find the paper product shelves completely empty? Cleaning supplies? No toilet paper or new shipments of any of these products anywhere in sight? What about canned foods? Foods that are in jars, even canning jars, vanished. It seemed for us here in our area, most of our local stores had plenty of fresh produce and even frozen vegetables, but the meats were mostly gone. All the prepared foods that have a longer shelf life, completely empty, vanished. These lockdowns and quarantines are only one of the reasons why people have for years looked to storing foods for longer term. Some will say that prepping is only for times like this, major crisis when the world looks like it's going to Hades in a handbasket. Well, I'm here to tell you that is not true. Food storage is for any emergency or sudden need. Now I have a personal example. My parents, when they moved from Tucson, Arizona to far western New York State, their first full winter, it was a doozy. Dad had spent the summer making sure that everything was in order. The cottage was very well kept. The roof had been replaced. But he knew, he had a sense that something was coming, and was he right? They had gotten over 18 feet of snow up by their cottage. Now I will say that was over the course of the full winter, but it was definitely a bad year. Even when the snow melted, it didn't melt all the way. Sometimes they were stuck. At one point, my folks hadn't been able to leave their house for a couple weeks. Suddenly, Mom called one day and said, "Judith, I finally get it. 3 weeks without leaving the house, and I realize we need food storage. Help me, please. What do I buy first?" Mom and Dad actually reached the point where they were tired of eating Campbell's soup for 2 or 3 meals a day. We spent some time that day putting together a list for her that would feed her, Dad, and their dogs and cats. And a quick little note here, I happen to be one of those people who believe if you're willing to take on the responsibility of animals in good times, you really ought to have their food storage in order for times of trouble too. Now, I didn't just help Mom put together a shopping list, things that she needed to buy the next trip to the store so they had food supplies. I asked her what she already had in the pantry and in the freezer. We even walked through healthier meals for the two of them, recipes that she had all the ingredients for right there but didn't realize. My folks were pretty resourceful most of the time, so it seemed odd to me that they couldn't think this through all the way. Yet I think it was because they had become so used to eating more of the prepared foods and instant dishes over the years, habits they had developed from years and years of both working full-time jobs. Once I helped Mom see how much she already had, it made things so much easier for her to stick in things in her grocery weekly bill and restock the pantry shelves with better foods for the next snowstorm. Whether flood, tornado, hurricane, loss of employment, a pandemic, tidal wave, who knows? Whatever situation or emergency which might affect your ability to run to the store and purchase your normal food items or personal care items, that becomes a reason for you to keep food storage and supplies ready on hand. In my adult lifetime, I have actually had to live on food storage at least 4 times that I can recall. All of those times did not include a pandemic or other kind of physical emergency. It involved financial issues and hardship. Yet I know others who have had to do it because of being cut off from supplies, a physical invasion, you could say, of water. For one family, the bridge washed out They were stuck on one side and the rest of the world was on the other. It took over 3 months to repair that bridge. They had to use their food storage and their supplies until they could leave again and restock. They were very grateful they were prepared. Now, my mother's experience, she had more snowstorms and issues over the years, where she was trapped after Dad died, where she was stuck for a few weeks at a time because of snowstorms and drifts blocking the roads enough that she could not get to town. She was grateful. She was ready. She had both supplies and recipes, and she knew how to handle that hardship. There are a number of reasons for having preparedness supplies in your home, everything you need. Reasons other than just Armageddon or tribulation or end times. If you stop and you think just about your own home state, where you live right now, you can easily see there are weather patterns, fire hazards, flooding, and other dangers that could cause you a problem and leave you trapped, needing to live on what you have stored. Can you? Evaluate your situation now. Get things stocked, get them ready, and when the next adventure comes along, your stress level will be greatly reduced because you are ready, willing, and able to feed your family and take care of everything, in spite of any conflict going on around you. Blessings and shalom.